Welcome back to Nothing But a Bob Thing. I'm
Yeah,
here. Nathan's
you're
here.
you're there.
We're all
You're
here.
there. I'm over here, and everyone is somewhere.
And you'll notice changes. Number one, you may be watching this in a video format. Number two, we're not in the same room anymore. We're not deterred by this fact,
No.
but we will continue. But we are no longer in the same room because I moved. If you want the full story on that, go back to our other show, Sushi Jackknife, and listen to the episode called Drive By Survivor from
Yeah,
a little while back.
and you're gonna share your address with everyone right
That
here.
that was the plan. Yeah, put it up on the screen. We can screen share now.
There we go.
It's gonna
Here,
be. It's a whole new world.
here's the Google Maps address.
The big pin drop.
Yeah,
So
that'll
you
be good.
you may have never seen our ugly mugs before. Here they are.
Yeah,
Hello. Hello.
that's us. That's what we look like.
That's us. Well, we know we've been gone a while, extenuating circumstances, but here we are. We're back and we're ready to dive right into season 7, episode 1, Winter Cabin tonight, Nathan.
Winter cabin.
Oh, you got right up in that mic. That's
Oh
nice.
man. Well,
That's nice.
okay. So for winter cabin, I feel like you have to get right up there and be all warm with that voice. Get that
Cozy.
warm vocal tone, you know?
I,
It's
I
a
agree.
winter cabin. It's not a winter cabin.
Though, as I think we'll learn later in the episode, winter and beach scenes not too far apart.
That's true.
Not too
That
far
is
apart.
true.
But before we go any deeper, how about the Bob news, my friend?
Oh man. Okay. So, it's I think it's nice doing this um on our first video episode. It's kind of a
Yeah.
throwback.
Oh, cool.
I don't know uh, how many people have been around since day 1. But our first
Ooh,
episode was the famous and often replicated Walk in the Woods by
yes.
Bob Ross, right?
Yes.
Well, um, I mean, I guess this would be a good time, as good a time as any, to ask how much money you have floating around. Do you have a lot of money?
Me?
Yeah,
Not a whole lot. Not at the moment, no.
because the first Bob Ross work
Oh,
is on sale
what? Look at that. Oh my god.
for $9.85 million.
Whoa. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Holy
Mm-hmm.
moly.
Yeah, a person who worked on the series at the beginning had it, um, and has held on to it for years. Just had this painting in their house. It's been authenticated
Bayonet.
by Annette.
Yeah.
I believe that it's the real one. I don't
It looks like the
believe.
right one. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe in Annette's shady uh, authentication practices,
Authenticating.
but
Yeah. But at
it
the
looks
same time,
real.
it does. It looks like the real deal.
Yeah,
9.85 million?
that's what it's for sale
Holy
for. Yeah.
moly. God.
Um, So, I mean, I know we've talked about this before. How
Yeah,
much how much a Bob Ross painting would go for?
right.
A lot.
It goes for a
If
lot.
it's
Yeah.
if it's the right one, it's a lot.
Take that, art world.
Let's see. It was acquired by an art gallery in Minneapolis
Okay.
earlier this year,
Okay.
and before that, it was owned by a one-time volunteer at a PBS station. That's who it was.
Wow. Oh my
So
gosh.
that's the ultimate uh, prize for volunteering.
Yes.
Like most
Yes.
people, it's like you volunteered. You can have a T-shirt and an extra tote bag.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
That
Thank
you
you.
can carry so many things. It'll be great. Uh, this person gets $10 million essentially. So
Oh, wow. That's incredible. That's incredible.
yeah,
Well, for anybody out there who may have a random Bob painting in their house, I'm sure it won't go for as much as the first episode, but
yeah.
maybe a fraction thereof.
Maybe if someone has like Brown Mountain,
Yeah.
we can blow up enough that the infamy of Brown Mountain will cause it to, increase in value up to about $10,000,000.
I tell you what, I if I had the money, I would buy Brown Mountain just to spite you. Just to
Oh, it's so I I'm pulling it up because we've never actually gotten to look at it on the episode with people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
No,
it's
this is new
we
territory.
witnessed it and then, just had to report back on how terrible it was.
Exactly.
Um,
I would hang it right here behind me, by the way, right here. See this big blank area? It's a great spot for Brown Mountain right there.
yeah, look at this thing. Like, it's the mountain is fine
Yeah.
in retrospect, um, but it's such a turd. It's so
Yeah.
turdy.
Yeah, it is. It does look like a sort of pile, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I would hang it up
like
behind me, but I'd throw a shroud on it.
oh, I mean, the whole thing was just UPS Pooh Brown,
Yeah,
and
it's true.
eventually he made it look slightly better.
Oh, yeah. No, it could have been way
Slightly.
worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that us for Bob News? 9.8 million.
That's it. I mean, I
Wow,
don't know, do
it's
we need to
fantastic.
start, like a GoFundMe or something to see if
So we can
we can
buy it?
get people. Yeah. I
I
mean, I think I deserve it.
I think
I've
you
worked
deserve
really
it as
hard at
well.
Bob Ross.
I think you deserve it too, I definitely do. You
Yeah.
deserve it to have it in your house,
You don't want it in your
above
house?
on your ceiling, so that every morning you awake.
I that's what I would do. I would hang if I had any Bob Ross painting, hang it over my bed. You know how, teenagers like to hang
Oh,
pinup
yeah.
models and stuff over their bed?
Sure.
I'd just be laying there staring at Bob Ross paintings going, "Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at those mountains."
That's why I wake up every day, right there. Alright,
Uh,
here we go, folks. Strap in. Season 7, Episode 1, Winter Cabin. Now, this is new. Check this out. Takes a second. Oh, boy. Or it just doesn't work at all. Here we
oh,
go.
man.
Hello, I'm Bob Ross, and I'd like to welcome you to this, our seventh Joy of Painting series. If you've painted with us before, I'm certainly glad to see you again. If this is your first time with us, I think you'll really enjoy this fantastic wet on wet painting technique. We'll use about a dozen colors, some sort of unorthodox brushes, and we'll have a lot of fun. And each week, we'll do a fantastic painting here. Now, I hope you drag out your paints and your easel, big glass of iced tea, and you sit down and you join me each week and learn the joy of painting.
I was
And
gonna
I
ask
have
if you had iced tea.
I do actually. There's no ice in
Yeah.
it, but it is, sweet tea.
Mhm. Oh, it's
Mm.
sweet tea. Mm-mm.
Of course it is, Nathan.
Okay, so he says he's going to use unorthodox brushes.
Yes. But before you say that, original air date, October
Oh, yeah.
2nd, 1985. I don't want any more angry letters or packages.
Okay, so, he's going to use unorthodox brushes.
Yes.
What makes a brush orthodox or unorthodox?
Well, that's a great question. Did you notice there were Bob Ross branded brushes?
Yeah,
Yeah. I
they
think
looked really orthodox to me.
the only thing I can think is like maybe they were because they were round brushes.
Mhm.
And he almost, I mean, up until this point, besides the fan brush,
Yeah.
it's all it's square brushes. I've never really seen a round brush very often.
I assumed that they're unorthodox because they don't follow the traditional interpretations of Jewish law.
Oh, there you go.
That
These are
was the
not
only thing I could figure out.
non-kosher brushes, is what you're saying?
I mean, they might still be kosher, but they'll fudge it.
Yeah. Um, couple of things right at the top. It's an all new intro.
It is.
It's a new introduction painting. I don't know which painting it is, but it's a new one.
How did you feel about the intro?
I felt good. Well, I felt, I think I was just happy to be back in Bobland,
I
and I didn't
the
notice too
pacing
much.
the pacing of it. It
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
very slow, very
Uh
slow. I don't know who did it, but
huh.
pick it up.
Well, back then they were working with like two rocks and a video cassette, so they
Mhm.
were doing the best they could. Pretty low buttons. I noticed right off the bat.
Oh
He's
yeah.
he's opening up to like sternum, if not below sternum area.
Yeah, he started off saucy.
Yeah. And what
He's
I
going
think
in.
is a new color. Have we had dark sienna before?
You know what? I didn't even think about that. We have not.
I think that's an all new color for us.
I yeah, I don't remember it if we ever did.
No, not just regular sienna, dark
Yeah.
sienna. We had burnt sienna, I think, or some other form. This is the
Mhm.
most anyone's ever talked about sienna, but
That's true.
but not dark sienna.
Mhm.
Um, and of course, you notice right off the bat with this painting that it's in portrait orientation. That
Yep.
threw me off for a minute because I was like, "Oh, the easel." It's like he was like raised the easel up or something, but no, he just flipped the canvas around.
Yeah, I don't know why that threw me off too. I mean, we've seen him do this. This isn't
Yeah,
a new thing.
no,
It's not even a rare thing.
no,
It's probably about 40% of the
yeah,
paintings.
yeah. That's accurate. Yeah, just depending on what
But
he needs.
yeah, I was watching it for about 10 minutes going, I don't under
Yeah.
why is this different?
Ooh, I just thought of something we could use. Not all landscapes are landscape. That should
Oh,
be our like. We should put that
merch
on a
it.
T-shirt. Yeah, that's
Merch it.
that's that's merch right there.
Mhm.
Nothing but a
Mhm.
Bob thing. Not all landscapes are landscape.
We're we're taking pre-orders right now.
Right now,
$45. A
a
hoodie
hundred
is
and
130.
that's correct. Oh, I wonder if we could get by with it. It would be so fun to sell
I
T-shirts.
that we could do.
You think we could
That
do
we could
that?
do.
Yeah.
Well, and then and people can see this because by the time this episode's up, it will be on things and in the intro.
Yeah.
But our little drawing of Robert or not Robert, Rob Painterman,
Rob
um,
Painterman, your original
who
artwork here.
yeah, who I mean resembles Bob Ross, but it's
Yeah.
purely a
Resembles.
coincidence.
Yeah.
And they can't get us for that either. We could make
No.
merch with that all over the place.
That's correct. So this is going to be a painting with a few colors, he explains in the intro. And that holds true throughout the episode. It's really a lot of Van Dyke brown, white, black, this new color, a bit of
Yeah,
blue, and that's about it. Um,
yeah, it's the color is sparse.
it is
There's not much
sparse.
there.
You could almost call this one bleak cabin.
It yeah, it definitely is. And we can talk about it more as we go, but uh halfway through when he has the sky done,
Yeah.
it
Uh
just looks like a wildfire was
huh.
happening.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Smoke filling the sky.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Um
he starts as he normally does, right? With putting in some sky area and some land area, and the sky, of course, with our X's that
mhm.
work so well. And as we're saying, it's a dark sky. It's a dark
Yeah.
sky. And of course, Bob had a little quip about that. I don't know if you're ready for this one, Nathan.
Oh yeah.
He
Let's start out today right up here, and we'll make little X patterns, little crisscross strokes. Just this is the way the teacher used to grade my paper in school. Boy, she'd just go through it and make all these big X's, and that's the kind of grades I got.
poor guy,
That's rough. What
poor
subject do
guy.
you think he did the worst in?
He doesn't strike me as a strong, I'm gonna say science guy.
See, I was saying math.
Math, you
I
think
think
he's
he
poor?
was terrible at math.
Yeah, I could see it. I could see it.
Science, I think he liked animals enough
He could be
that
like,
he yeah, I mean, if he had
he,
biology, he could
yeah,
slip by.
right. Chemistry,
Um,
maybe not so much.
right. But yeah, the math, his brain just does not compute numbers.
Yeah,
It's not a thing. It's
I
not a
think that's
thing for him.
accurate. He's good at a couple number things like the rule of thirds and how many cigarettes there are in a pack of Marlboros.
And that's all he needs to know. That's it.
Yeah, that is it. And then I think he breaks out that round brush for the first time, that white-handled brush, which is a
Mhm.
Bob Ross branded brush.
And it's
Um,
not orthodox.
is non-orthodox, and I think he
Mm-mm.
breaks that out for putting in clouds, I believe.
Yeah. I did want to we were talking about how bleak the sky looks.
Yeah.
This is uh for those who are audio only. I apologize. You're on your own right now. Uh but look at that sky right
Yes.
there.
Yes. Looks dirty and smoky.
Oh, it's so bad. It
Yeah,
just looks like an awful, awful desolate place right
it
there.
does. It absolutely does.
Um and I mean, it gets better. You know it gets
Yeah,
better.
it
We've all
does.
seen this happen. But at this point, I was staring at it going, "Oh, he had a rough day." He his his universe is not good right now.
Right.
He's not enjoying it.
We're certainly not in Walk of the Woods territory.
Mm-mm.
No, nothing like
No,
that.
sir.
He's sort of talking about the clouds, and then he does intro those new brushes at a certain point.
Mhm.
And I mean, you ever notice how the handle is so like chubby towards the brush end, and it really thins out?
Yeah.
I wonder if
It's
they fit those like to his hands in particular or something. I mean, he has these like smallish, thin fingers and stuff.
hmm,
I don't know.
that's a that's a good question.
Yeah,
If you're a good enough painter, do you get custom brushes to your hand shape,
I
or do you
wonder.
just paint with what you have?
Yeah, that's a great.
What do you think Thomas Kincaid had?
A computer.
He had the
Uh,
spirit of God with him. That's what
that's
he had.
correct. That's right.
Um,
Anything more you want to say about the clouds or the sky? It's very
no, the
dramatic.
sky was fine.
Yeah,
The clouds were fine.
yeah.
I mean, honestly, I've seen them.
I do have a little bit of something about clouds before we move on
Okay.
from our friend.
And in your painting, you put as many clouds as you want. Just drop them in. And clouds are very free. They may be one of the freest things in nature. They just sort of float around and have fun all day. And think about that when you're painting. Think how free clouds are.
Hmm.
Paint your clouds that same way. Give them that feeling of looseness, of freedom. Just let them go.
Think about how free they are, Nathan.
I'm thinking about it. Um,
I assume it helps
I,
you paint the clouds when you think about their freedom.
I mean, maybe, but you then are putting the clouds in one place in your painting where they can never move again.
This is true.
You're
You're
essentially
right.
imprisoning them.
That's
So,
right. Wow, Nathan, way to turn it
yeah,
around. Not all landscapes are landscape, dude. Come on.
not all landscapes. Uh, I also did want to add. So I showed the sky.
Yeah.
Right after he finishes the sky, he paints at the bottom yellow ochre, and at that
Oh,
point,
okay. Okay.
it was the grossest canvas anyone has ever painted. It
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, it's not looking positive for a minute there, that's for sure.
Yellow ochre is an awful color. It's
It
a
is.
terrible color.
I was flicking back through my notes today, and we described it as, like, a mustardy color at some point. I had written that down.
Yeah, that's a positive way of putting it.
Yeah.
It's like it if you've ever had a child,
Oh, I knew we were gonna get there.
uh, it's it's not like the diaper the first week that you're home
Right,
from the
right.
hospital,
Yes.
but, like, week 3, you got some yellow ochre in there. That's what he just slopped all at the bottom of the canvas. The whole bottom of the canvas is that. It's bad.
It's bad. It's yeah, it's a truly gross color. There's no doubt about
Mhm.
it. Did you pick up on he was mentioning within the series 7, there's gonna be a few guest artists, including someone named Ben Stahl, who I'm not familiar with, but I'm guessing we're gonna become intimately familiar with through the course of season 7.
Yeah, I he kinda made it, feel like we're stupid for not knowing who Ben Stahl is.
Yeah.
Like, he hyped him up really big, and
Yeah.
there was kind of an air of, "Oh, you don't know Ben? You don't know Ben Stahl? Hmm,
I'm
uh,
surprised.
that's weird." He's like the Michael Jordan of Wet on Wet, so,
I mean, he definitely made it sound that way.
yeah, and I didn't know you were an idiot. Hmm, that's interesting. Anyway,
Bob was always talking to a person, right? Didn't we? We
mhm,
heard that, right? He was always talking to somebody. Well, that
yeah.
today that somebody was an idiot.
Yeah, he almost turned to the camera and just gave us the middle finger in the middle, talking about Ben Stahl.
Is Liquid Black new? Have we had Liquid Black maybe before?
I was wondering that too.
Yeah,
I don't remember the name Liquid Black,
yeah.
but, I mean, who knows?
It's either the first time or it's very rare that we
Mhm.
use Liquid Black, but it came up this time.
Yeah, I mean, it could be that it is just a regular black that he renamed
Yeah.
now that he has Bob Ross branded things happening in the
Oh,
show. I don't know.
honestly, that very well could be it, dude.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
It's, I mean, there's a lot of possibilities. It
Yes,
could just be an unorthodox color to go with the unorthodox brushes.
very well could be. Maybe they designed it out of the blackness of his soul.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a
Well,
dark
it's
soul.
no, it's the blackness of his lungs. They they base the color on his poor chain smoking lungs.
That yeah. Yeah. It's the color of, like, in Roger Rabbit,
Mhm.
this the isn't the dip like a dark black color that
Yeah,
the
yeah.
judge is melting tunes into? It reminded me
Mhm.
of that a little bit.
I don't understand why Bob Ross Inc. doesn't wanna sponsor this podcast.
I know.
I
I
don't get it.
know. I don't know. I know.
Annette, come
Come
on.
on.
Let's be friends.
Here we are. We're right here.
Uh,
Come and
um,
see us. Don't come and
yeah,
see us. You're
no,
very
please
feeble.
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yellow ochre, ugly. The
Yeah.
clouds were scary,
Yeah.
and that's where we were at.
And that's where we were. You had let me know when to throw in this one that you wanted to throw in. Oh, this is
Well,
a beat in the brush.
yeah, I mean, we
It's
can talk about it.
I have a box down here I shake the brush into, then and that's really the most fun of this whole technique. It's just raising cane with that brush.
he raised it, didn't he?
Yeah, it's he goes on from there to say it's a really good way to redecorate your whole room if you aren't careful.
Yeah.
And in my head, I just had this idea of a person who's like, I'm gonna try painting. I'm gonna try that Bob Ross fella.
Right.
He's he's always talking about how you can do it. And he says, we're going to beat the brush. It's the most fun you can have." And they're like, "Yeah!" And then he says, "It's a good way to redecorate your whole room if you aren't careful." And they look around and realize they're about to get a divorce.
Yeah.
They they just ruined the living
Yeah.
room.
I
Um,
I will say, as careful as we were that time that we painted in my living room, we still got
it's
paint every.
impossible.
It's impossible. You have to have a place to do it, or you're gonna screw up your furniture. There's just no way
Mhm,
around it.
mhm.
Um, there's a big old snowy tree. There's some bushes ahead of that, I believe, and we're starting to
Yes.
sort of see that this is gonna be a wintry scene. It's coming together that way. Um, and pretty soon we're going to be putting in snow and those lovely, lovely drifts of snow that he puts in. But really, before you can build the snow, you sort of need a structure to center
Mhm.
the whole painting around. And don't we love a Bob structure? We do. We love a Bob
Oh, yeah.
structure more than
Who
almost life itself. Uh,
who doesn't?
who doesn't? So tonight it's going to be a cabin, right, Bob? It's going to be a cabin. I'm
Mhm.
going to get better at this.
Tell you what, now, if I was in a place like this, I'd want to build a little cabin out here. So let's have some fun today and build us a happy little cabin. I'll start out with a Van Dyke brown, pull it out very flat, cut across, and we get our little roll of paint again. Always get that little roll of paint. Let's go up here. All right. And maybe the cabin lives. Yep, you're right. He lives right there.
Right there.
Nathan, Johnny on the spot with the images here
There it
for
is,
for
right
the
there.
video audience. We have a picture of the cabin up.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. So, I mean, it's a normal cabin,
Yeah.
but he's done he's done the cabin.
Yeah.
But the difference this time is right right here, the window.
The
He
windows.
added a little bit of glass into the windows. We don't typically
Yes.
focus on the window glass.
That was cool. That was really cool. I liked that a
It
lot.
adds a lot to the painting. And then um, the shadowing right down here at the base.
Oh, yes.
Uh, I don't know. I think I had a copy of it without the shadow, but
Yeah.
without that shadow, it's just kind of a cabin.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
it really pulled it together right there.
Well, and it sits it right in the snow, doesn't it? It just
Yeah.
because sometimes a structure like that can look like it was just like almost like picked out of another painting and stuck to this painting, but
Mhm.
things like that really tie it all together. I mean, it just, it
Yeah.
becomes one with the whole deal.
Yeah,
Um,
it's almost like he knows what he's doing at
it's
this
yeah,
point.
I know, right? Almost a man powered by cigarettes and sweet tea. um, I mean, the construction of the cabin. I've been thinking about this a little bit. How maybe do you think it's more difficult to paint something that didn't look a little dilapidated? Like, I feel like the way the
Yeah,
paint breaks and all that really works for you if you're painting a broken down cabin.
I think it's probably a lot easier. I so I relate it back to my doodling that I've done
Mm.
in life. It's a a lot easier to um, doodle an old man that looks like crap
Yeah.
than it is to draw an attractive young lady.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. There you go.
You got a lot more wiggle room, like if the nose is off,
Eh,
well,
it's-
his whole face is off, so
yeah.
it makes sense that the nose would be off too.
It's sliding off his
Yeah,
bones. Yeah.
it's
Day
uh, it,
after day.
it's just what it is.
I mean, I felt like there was we love anytime there's a story around a structure or anything in one of the paintings, but usually it's around a structure. And there's a little bit of a story this time about the cabin builder and perhaps his skills or lack thereof. that Bob's going to tell us.
And this guy that built this cabin, he was about as much of a carpenter as I am. Some of them are fat, some are skinny. It's an old cabin. It's had a hard life. See there? But that easy. That easy. You got the side of your cabin. Now we got to put a little roof on there. The guy that's living in there now, he's at Chill City. He's getting cold. Let's go up here.
Chill City, Nathan.
Chill City.
It's the place you don't want to be.
So when he was talking about the guy was about as much a carpenter as he is.
Yeah.
And some are fat and some are skinny.
Yes.
I know he was talking about the boards now,
Yeah.
but it was a solid minute that I'm like, why are you talking about fat and skinny carpenters? I don't understand what that has to do with what we're doing right now.
Dude, I thought exactly the same thing. I was like, wait a minute.
I mean, it's true, some are, but you don't have to point it out. That's rude.
Come on, Bob. I know it's 1985, but still, buddy. It's mostly, I think it's mostly tying the painting together after the cabin goes in. I mean, a lot of snow work and those big bushes. He talks about how the landscaping is not great.
Yeah, I did have one really major issue.
Okay.
Okay, so what's happening with this fence?
Well, the fence was interesting. I wanted to get to the fence.
What is this?
I mean, I guess it's in quotes broken down.
Oh, it's broken.
But it's broken in such a curvy sinusoidal way. Like the one thing I liked about the fence was that trick he did to put the fence wire on.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really cool. In the context of the painting, it was just a quick little whoosh, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
he did it so, seamlessly in a lot of ways. And I don't know, that was cool to me. That stood out as one of the things I liked the most out of the episode. But you're
Yeah.
right, the orientation of those planks or posts is almost silly.
It looks like one of the worms from Trimmers went under that fence in the middle of his painting.
Oh my god, I love Tremors so much. I'm glad you
It's
brought up Tremors.
it's not good. I hesitate to say things about Bob like that, but
Yeah.
this is not good. That's not what fences look like.
Yeah. Even if they're broken down, they don't tend to break down in that way exactly.
No.
It's like a little too exact almost. It's,
Yeah, it's I don't know. Not to mention, hold on, I've got to pull this back up
Okay,
because
pull it
this
back
is a
up.
thing he's done a million times that drives me insane.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's ignore this particular arch of the fence right there.
Right.
What was that fence doing? You're in a
Oh,
cabin
absolutely nothing.
out in the middle of nowhere, and you built what appears to be 1/20th of a fence in front of your house. Why?
It's
Why did you do
purely
that?
it's purely ornamental, I'm gonna say.
It
I
makes no
mean,
sense.
no.
Every time there's a cabin, there is a fence, but it's only a part of a fence, and it doesn't tie into any fence around the cabin.
Right. Well, even more in the foreground, he does like a few planks of an even more broken down fence.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like there were layers going on here, but purpose unknown.
Yeah, it's a strange choice, but Bob's a strange man.
Yes.
So
A strange, brilliant man. Not great at keeping lawns, though, as he
no,
explains here.
Maybe. I tell you what, I'm the world's worst lawn keeper, and I believe this guy probably was too. Let's go up here. Maybe he didn't cut his lawn, and there's a huge big weed lives right here in front of his house.
Huge weed.
It comes right on down wherever we want it to go.
Is that a is
Yes,
that a
sir. He takes care of the lawn about like I do. I get in more trouble about that.
I know we're talking about a fictional person here, but is Bob being a little bit of a dick to this fictional guy?
A little bit,
A little
yeah.
bit, right? Yeah.
It starts out like it's self-deprecating,
Yeah.
and then it turns into, "No, but, like,
This guy.
he's he's kinda a shithead, so,
And I
what
like
you gonna
how
do?"
Bob says that he gets in more trouble for not keeping up with the lawn, but I'm pretty sure if everyone was being honest, he would have gotten in more trouble for, the adultery.
Yeah. "You can cheat on me all you want, Bob, but don't you dare forget to mow the lawn again."
That's a big old weed bush over there.
And what's with all these half fences? There's only a half fence.
You got to commit, man. Commit. Well, I mean, that is other than tying it all together with snow and kind of a dirty snow, let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's a dirty, dirty, smoggy area that this cabin lives in. This cabin is in somewhere in a polluted area of China or something, let's say.
Yeah, it's not I will say it's not the most attractive Bob painting we've ever
Right.
had.
Right.
Um, it's not the worst,
It's
but
not the worst.
I don't think anyone's going to wanna hang it on their wall.
Right here? I'm not putting it right here?
You can put it right there if you want. That's really,
I might want to put it right there.
that's to quote Bobby Brown, "That's your prerogative."
Oh,
So,
I love that song. But it is his prerogative, not my prerogative. The whole song's
right.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking, saying, God, just let me be. My prerogative.
Mhm.
My prerogative. Mm.
Alright, you wanna rate this thing?
I think I do. Did you have anything else you wanted to say about this painting? I mean,
I really don't.
yeah.
I mean, honestly, Bob started out technically strong,
Technically strong.
um, but, didn't really bring
Yeah.
anything new to the table.
I know. And any excitement I felt watching it, because I did feel excited while I was watching this one, but I think it's just from being away. I don't think it's about this painting in particular, because you're right. Now that I've had a little distance, a little time, I
Mhm.
I don't have a strong connection to it, unfortunately. I mean, I see that it's technically executed well, but
Yeah.
I digress. Let's get into it, shall we?
Alright.
Rate the paint.
So,
Do we get to see the rubric, or we get to see the painting?
no, we're going to see the painting. I
Oh,
assume
good.
that's
Look
what
at
everyone would rather
that.
see.
Nice job cropping that or whatever you
Oh,
did.
I didn't do it. The
Oh.
internet did that.
Oh, okay.
Um, I get I get no credit, okay? Alright, for those who are new to the podcast, and that's possible because
Yes.
it's our first video, we rate
Yes.
every one of these paintings.
We do.
Every one of them.
Yeah, whether we want to or
Um,
not, I think is what we
yeah.
usually say.
5 categories, 4 points available in each category, bonus points awarded as we see fit. Typically, that requires a monster of some
Yeah.
sort.
A drunk?
Some Yeah, drunk. If he had said that this was caused by the worm from Tremors, I mean, bonus point city, but he
Oh,
didn't.
yeah.
No bonus points today, Bob.
He would have also been telling the future.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that would have been him. I would have given them extra bonus points for that.
I think Tremors is like 1990 maybe. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he would have if at any point in time that's a new rule. I want that written down.
Okay.
If Bob predicts the future as part of his show,
Yes.
he gets a bonus point. At least one.
I let's I was gonna give him like 1,000,000, but maybe that'll throw off our averages real bad.
No, you can't do that. I say he gets 1 bonus point for predicting the future
Okay.
and 2 bonus points if it's a good prediction.
Yes.
Um, he only gets the one if it's something like, "Oh, so there's gonna be this, insane billionaire that becomes president," and then you're like, "Okay,
Oh,
well,
wait a
you were
minute.
right, but we didn't like that, so you only get 1. I'm
Freaking
sorry."
Nostradamus over here.
Um, alright, so
Yeah.
first category,
All right, let's do this.
visual impact.
Yes.
Um, visual impact, art has the power to wow the viewer.
Oh
A
boy.
a 3 out of 4 would be it has a lasting impact on the viewer.
Did boy. Should we tell new people too that this is a middle school art show rubric that you
Yeah,
pulled? That's
yeah,
what we've been using
yeah.
from the beginning. Yeah.
It's it's, the contest rubric for judges,
It was a
which
stroke of
we are.
genius on your part. We are very judgy.
Um, a 2
Oh
would
boy.
be that this holds your attention.
Okay, I can say it does that. I I know I'm being a little, positive here, but
Yeah.
it does hold my
A
attention.
a 1 would have been little or no impact.
I'm gonna stick with the 2, but if you have a different number, we'll just compromise with averaging.
I think I think I'm a 1.
You think you're a 1? So we got a
I think I'm a 1.
1.5. Alright, that's
I
fine.
I'm not going to remember this as soon as we get done with this episode.
That's fair. I mean, look, people come here for the truth, alright?
Mhm.
We're not here to
I'm go I'm going to stare at this painting while I have to edit this video. I'm going to upload the video, and I'm going to forget that this painting ever
It
existed.
yeah, I gotta say, whatever photograph you have pulled up here has more detail than what I could see watching the YouTube video of
Mhm.
the show. And so I'm seeing details that I don't think I saw before, and that's hitting me in a good way. That's hitting me in a good way.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, okay, so 1.5
one
out
and a
of
half for
4.
the visual impact. Yeah.
Not good. Interpretation and creativity. A 4 would be it shows unique and creative interpretation, and the effort was far beyond that required with great
Yeah.
attention to detail.
Okay. Okay.
A 3 is it shows clear understanding of the assignment, and with more effort, the project might have been outstanding. A 2 is the work appears unfinished, and a 1 is it's incomplete and lacks attention to details.
I see really no reason not to give him a 4. What do you think?
I know I'm flipping
Yeah.
from a 1 to a 4. I
Yeah.
don't know that that's ever happened.
Wow. That's where your brain is right now? You're going between
Well,
those 2?
no, like visual impact, I gave him a 1.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay.
Next,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever given a 1 on visual impact and then a 4
4. Yeah,
on interpretation.
yeah, this is a divisive one, this one. Huh,
Well,
okay.
okay, so my logic here is um Bob's painted cabins.
Sure.
He
Many
almost
cabins.
exclusively in the winter.
That's true.
Winter cabin is not a unique assignment
It is
for
not.
him.
No, not at all.
Um, but he's never done one like this.
That's true.
Like there's no mountain. There's just um,
You're right.
you know, w- wildland burning in the background or something. I don't
Yeah.
know what's happening with this
The
guy.
clouds almost do look like smoke rising up, don't they?
Mhm.
In a way.
Mhm.
Yeah, I could see that if someone thought that thought.
Yeah,
Alright,
so
so
I think he was creative.
yeah, I do too. I would agree with that.
All right, composition and design.
Yes, indeed.
A 4 uh, is it shows and effectively utilizes the elements and principles of design, and it effectively filled the entire space.
Okay.
A 3 is it mostly filled the entire space. A 2 is it partially filled the space. And a 1 is it's kind of used.
Yeah. I would say, I mean, he did a lot of work in this painting about depth, which he
That is
even,
true.
yeah, he even acknowledged within the episode that he had talked about it a lot during the episode. And it's true, he did. But I mean, you looking at this right now, I mean, look how far, if you look at the foreground and that broken down fence piece, and you look how far back that pushes the cabin and
Mhm.
how much of an illusion of depth you get there, remembering that this is a two-dimensional landscape, not on a landscape, whatever I said before. Um, not all landscapes are landscape. Um, copyright Justin and Nathan, 2023, 9:14, 10 p.m.
Y
Eastern
yeah,
time. I think, yeah, I think it's a technical feat in some ways. Maybe not my favorite painting he's ever done, but
right.
there's a lot of good technique going on.
Yeah, I would agree. So I was waffling between a 3 and a 4
Yeah,
because I don't like the layout he's chosen,
yeah,
but that doesn't mean that it wasn't, uh, effectively using the space. It's just not using the space to my preference.
right.
Um,
You weren't even alive when this painting was painted.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Uh, so, yeah, I would I'm gonna give it a 4,
yeah.
um, make up for my 1, and, there we go.
I'm going with you on this. I'm going to go 4 as well.
Alright. 4th category
Yeah.
is craftsmanship.
Ah, yes. Crafts
A
persons.
4. No,
Yes.
no, no, this isn't one of those PC podcasts where we say craftspersonship.
Craft
Get out of here,
humanship.
you cuck. Uh,
Whoa. Oh,
uh,
that felt undeserved.
okay. A
Jesus
4
Christ.
is the design is beautiful and complete.
Yes. Ah,
A
yes.
3 is it's pleasing and partially complete.
Yeah. Okay.
A 2 is it's fairly neat. And a 1 is it's a bit careless in creation.
Do you feel if that this is a 3 or a 4? I mean, what could have improved it, if anything?
Hmm.
I mean, I like the
Are
balance of negative space. I will say that. Go ahead.
I I mean, I guess uh in this category.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we focusing more on the design of the overall painting
Yeah.
or the execution of that design?
That's a good question. I don't know that we've ever exactly teased that out before.
Because it is not beautiful. Um
Right. That is a stumbling block. Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
gonna throw that out there. Um it is
Yes.
complete.
It is complete.
I have a hard time even saying it's pleasing,
Ah, yes.
but
So
it
is it
is
is it
complete.
we're in 2, 3 territory, but maybe 3 just but I mean, I don't know. You quibble away.
Okay. So I would give it a 2
Okay.
if the completeness part wasn't in there.
Yes.
Because I would say, and I don't know that we've ever gotten to use a 2 in this category.
Oh,
This is fairly neat.
it is fairly it is fairly neat. That is true. Yeah, I mean, I think we almost have to go 3 because
Mhm.
it is a complete thing. It is done.
Yeah, it meets one half of the criteria for a 4.
Yeah. I, my only thought was like, what if
So,
there was a mountain in there somewhere? But it doesn't need it. There doesn't need to
n
be a peak in there.
no, it's just something about this area right here to me
Okay. Yeah,
that
I
I'm
see what
like,
you're saying.
the area behind the second useless fence. Um, maybe it would be slightly better if the cabin was moved more over. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a possibility for sure. Yeah,
Anyway,
or even tilted a bit so you're sort of looking into the doorway or something. I don't know. Yeah.
right, right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
So
last one.
we'll go 3.
Okay, we'll go 3.
And the last one is criteria.
Criteria, yes. So we were promised a painting done with only a few colors, which we absolutely
Check.
received. We
Mhm.
absolutely got a sort of monochromatic y painting. Other than that, I don't think he made any hard promises. He always says we'll have fun. And of course, we're having fun. We're doing Bob
We
Ross. But
we had a hoot, let me
it,
tell you. A
hoots,
whole hoot.
hoots, hoots were a whole hoot, not even a, not even a half hoot or anything.
A 4 out of 4 on hoots.
I think
That's what we
so.
had.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
that gives us a 4 in the criteria category.
Yeah.
So help me out here, Nathan. We got a 1.5,
Oh boy.
three
I made it really
fours,
complicated
and a
here.
3. Yeah, we did. 16 and a half out of
Yeah.
20.
So, oh, that's not how math works. I'm gonna get X's all over my homework.
Oh,
82.5%.
okay. Okay.
That
I
seems actually, that seems a little generous looking at it.
I agree. I do. I does seem. I would put this at like a C plus personally. C
Yeah,
C plus somewhere in there. But
I mean, I
yeah,
feel happy for him, but
yeah, it's a B minus per the rubric, but it's a C plus in my heart. Yeah.
try try harder next time.
Ain't that the
I need you
truth?
to take this painting home and have your parents sign it and bring it back.
Exactly. Couple of things in the end credits I wanted to point out. This was directed by Sally. Our love, our heart,
Friend of the show.
friend of the show, Sally Shank. I thought at first it was new in music, but actually, it's just a longer piece. It's like a B
Mm.
section or something that you're starting in, and then the melody kicks in. Da 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 da. We all know it. Technical
Could you
assistance. What's it?
could you sing it for those who don't know?
And then somebody goes, ba, ba.
Perfect. Perfect.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nailed it.
And technical assistance provided by one Annette Kowalski, listed in the
Yeah,
credits.
I saw that. Hmm.
Technical assistance.
Yeah. It's a it's an interesting terminology
It
for
is. It's a bit vague, isn't it? Isn't it a
well,
bit
I mean,
vague?
it's not the word choice I would have chosen for thieving.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Shots
Oh boy.
fired.
Over the bow. Um, well, just happy to be back with everybody doing season 7 here. This is a whole new thing. I'm sure we will get smoother at doing it this way. Maybe
Nah,
not, Nathan says. Nathan
no.
says we're not going to. Um, but in either case, happy to be back with everybody. I think what do we do? Do we let him we'll let Bob have the outro. But just remember everybody, uh a landscape is a landscape even if it's not, there are no mistakes. Damn it.
Just happy accidents.
Good night everybody. Take us out, Bob.
And I certainly hope you've enjoyed this painting. It's been a lot of fun, and I look forward to seeing you in the very near future for the next show, and hope you become a regular viewer with us. And from all of us here, I'd like to wish you happy painting. God bless.
Namaste, motherfuckers.